All right, let's just wipe the slate completely clean for a second. Welcome to today's explainer. Look, I don't want you to view this as just another fluffy self-help summary, okay? Think of this more like a mandatory software update for your own human capital. If you're grinding in a high-stress corporate environment, scaling an MSME, or just navigating these fiercely competitive markets, what we're about to unpack from Brendon Burchard's massive data study is literally going to rewire how you execute. Let's get into it. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to tackle the baseline myth, move into internal mastery, explore the necessity multiplier, then external impact, defending your PQO, and finally, market deployment. Step by step, we're installing Burchard's 6 core frameworks to scale your output.
All right, starting off with Section 1, the baseline myth, engineering elite performance. Before we build a new system, we've got to smash a massive myth. You know how we look at billionaires, top athletes, industry titans, and we just assume, oh, they got lucky or they have some genius gene. Yeah, absolutely not. High performance is not a talent. Burchard ran one of the largest data studies on this in the world, and the numbers, they're crystal clear. Elite performance in ruthless markets is a byproduct of engineered deliberate daily systems, period. It has zero correlation to genetic luck, your age, or your gender. It's really not about who you are at all. It's entirely about what you systematically do every single day. And because of that, we have to fundamentally redefine what true success actually is. High performance? It is absolutely not about grinding yourself into dust for some quick, flashy win. It's defined as scaling a business and hitting those top-tier results consistently over the long haul, entirely without burning out or destroying your family life in the process. I mean, think about it. If it's not sustainable, it's not elite performance. It's just a lucky streak. Moving right into Section 2, internal mastery, personal frameworks for back-end optimization. Listen, before you can even think about dominating a market or leading a massive team, you've got to establish total, absolute control over your own back-end operations. The Burchard matrix breaks this down brilliantly. We've got the back-end processing, these are your personal habits, right alongside the front-end execution, which are your social habits. It's like a giant puzzle, right? You absolutely cannot execute those external impact habits effectively if your internal mastery engine is sputtering. It just won't work. So let's unpack that first personal habit. Seek clarity. High performers never, ever operate in the dark. To drop your cognitive processing load, you literally have to ruthlessly define 4 core areas every single quarter. First up, self, knowing exactly how you're going to conduct yourself today. Then, social, defining how you'll build high-value relationships with your team and your clients. Third is skills, mapping the precise exact skills you need to acquire in the next 3 to 12 months. And finally, service, measuring the actual tangible value you bring to the market. Remember, clarity isn't just found lying around. You have to systematically generate it. That brings us to the second habit, generate energy. Elite executives don't sit around waiting for energy to strike. They manufacture it on demand. And a massive tool for this is the transition protocol. Imagine you're moving from a heavy, grueling data analysis task directly into a high-stakes client meeting. If you drag the cognitive stress of that first task into the meeting, you're going to underperform, for sure. Instead, try this rapid 1-2-3 operational checklist. Complete the task. Take just 15 seconds to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and consciously release that tension. Then, set a clear intention for the upcoming meeting. Boom, you've just eliminated cognitive lag entirely. All right, shifting gears to Section 3. The necessity multiplier, identity-driven execution. Now pay attention because this right here might be the most deeply transformative concept in the entire explainer. Have you ever wondered why some leaders can 10x their performance during a brutal market crash while others just completely fold? It all comes down to making success an absolutely mandatory identity driver. The wish mindset relies on hope, like, oh, it'd be nice if my business grows. But hope is a terrible strategy, and it results in low drive the second friction hits. Elite performers, they operate strictly on the necessity mindset. It is a must. They tie their execution directly to their family's security, their team's livelihoods, keeping their clients afloat. When failure becomes an absolute disaster for the people relying on you, man, your execution just shifts into automatic overdrive. Next up is Section 4, external impact, social habits for front-end scaling, which actually flows perfectly into Section 5, defending the PQO matrix, protecting your prolific quality output. Okay, so your internal engine is purring. Now we build out the leverage points for front-end market dominance. To truly scale, you have to fiercely defend your prolific quality output, or PQO. You absolutely must understand the difference between putting out minor administrative fires and actually generating scalable output. Look at how an elite performer allocates their energy.
Say you're a tech founder or maybe an agency owner. Tweaking minor technical parameters, that is not your PQO. Your PQO is architecting the code or building killer conversion hooks. You have to aggressively block 2 to 3 hours every single day for that core PQO. I'm talking zero notifications, total blackout, while you outsource or automate the rest of that 35% administrative noise. Habits 5 and 6 are all about developing influence and demonstrating courage. And look, influence isn't about micromanaging every little detail. It's about earning absolute, unbreakable loyalty by elevating your team's cognitive standards. You teach them how to think rather than just barking commands at them. You challenge them to find solutions that are twice as good. And courage? Courage isn't the absence of fear. Actually, it's about taking those bold structural risks, having the guts to pivot instantly when old frameworks snap, and pursuing audacious goals that, frankly, average players might actually laugh at. Right, let's pull up the evaluation mirror. It's time for a bit of a reality check on your own current operational baseline. Let's brutally contrast the two ends of the spectrum here. Your average performer is constantly stuck in a reactive survival mindset. They have these vague, fuzzy goals, they practically run on caffeine just to fight off chronic burnout, and they spend their entire day drowning in shallow operational fires. But a 10x Burchard-style executive, they operate with systematic, proactive execution. They leverage transition protocols to manufacture energy, they violently protect their PQO matrix, and they lead their teams through intense growth challenges. So be honest with yourself. Which column are you operating in today? Let's hit Section 6, Deployment in Indian Markets, Granular, Actionable Takeaways. Let's take these elite executive metrics and anchor them directly into the hyper-competitive realities we face right now, especially if you're scaling an MSME or grinding in an Indian tech hub. Application 1, the CRM Transition Protocol. If you're running a data processing or documentation team, you can literally hardwire that release tension protocol into your custom CRMs. Imagine setting up your system to flash a tiny automated notification right between heavy data validation loops, practically forcing a 15-second breathing index for your staff. By forcing this micro reset, your teams wipe out mental friction and dramatically accelerate documentation execution with zero processing lag. It's a total game changer. Application 2 targets sheer productivity. Automating heavy compliance rules like integrating that 5% GST directly across your data ingestion engines, it acts as an operational shield. When you fully automate billing spreadsheets to handle strict compliance, you instantly wipe out countless wasted administrative hours that used to be burned on manual reconciliations. And the best part? All that saved time gets immediately funneled right back into your prolific quality output, defending the actual driver of your revenue. Finally, Application 3 applies that develop influence habit straight to your marketing and design teams. Instead of flat, boring micromanagement during your alternate weekend syncs, hit them with the influence challenge. Outright reject linear, repetitive ideas from your visual media crews. Challenge them instead to design a visual format that is exactly 30% more engaging than the current market baseline. Guide them there. This forces your team to stretch their cognitive capabilities and ensures your optimization rates compound massively over time. Here's the bottom line. Extraordinary success is not some random miracle. It is a deliberate, highly engineered design. So take a hard look at your systems today. Cut out the average reactive habits. And the question I want to leave you with is this. Which of these 6 structural habits are you going to reprogram right now, today, to completely alter your business legacy and step into the ranks of elite performers? Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and I seriously challenge you to start executing on this the second we wrap up.